So today's climb is to honor firefighter David LaForge. Manhattan Soho Trucking, housed with engine 13. With honor and respect, he's going 110. For his father James, his mother Ethel, and his sister Jane, he will not be forgotten. The 24-year veteran of the FDNY. He was a senior chauffeur at the Soho Trucking. So this is his 110. Taking him all the way to the top. It was said when he was younger that he used to have his fire helmet on, grab the garden hose with his little fire truck, and he would pretend to be a firefighter. A dream fulfilled later on in life in 1977 when he joined the FDNY. So this is for our brother David LaForge with the Soho Trucking Company. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floor memorial stair climb for David LaForge, senior chauffeur on ladder 20. Soho Trucking Company, housed with engine 13 there in Manhattan. Taking him 110 floors with honor and respect given to the sacrifice made so that others can live. Like so many others, Brother LaForge had just finished his shift, and he jumped on his engine and responded to the World Trade Center and was working in Tower 1 on the 35th floor, rescuing people, showing heroism and bravery on the back of the worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil. Our brothers were part of the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history. So this is finishing his footsteps, carrying him symbolically to the top of that tower. He will never be forgotten. For his family left behind, Father James, Mother Ethel, Sister Jane, he will carry forward with his legacy. 24-year veteran of the FDNY, started in 1977. Before that, he drove semi-trucks for the North American Van Lines Company, to which it helped him become a chauffeur within the FDNY because of his previous experience. It was said he was known as the Dale Earnhardt of the Soho Trucking Company. And right now, it's his turn to reach the top. Our brother will not be forgotten, will always be remembered. For David LaForge, Soho Trucking Company out of Manhattan, housed there with engine 13. This is his 110. It also said he was a handyman that worked on renovating his house and that of his family. Anytime it sprung a leak, they would give him a call and he would be there to answer it. Had a lovely ocean, and he had a Pontiac Firebird Firehawk that he would drive. Music blaring and pedal to the floor. Right now he's going vertical. The fifth brother of the Soho Trucking Company, going to that top. Soho's going vertical again. With honor and respect for the sacrifice made so that others could live. This is climb 2 in this tour. Counting down to the next milestone of 200 brothers carried vertical, to which that climb will take place at the SeaTac Memorial Stair Climb facility with the Godfather, Brother Alan Martinez, and a few others, if they can join. This is 110 floors. So always remember to never forget 24 years of service to the citizens of New York. As a senior chauffeur of the Soho Trucking Company, Ladder 20. As I said before, firefighter LaForge was not on duty, just finished his tour, and like so many others, jumped on that truck to respond. The heroism and bravery shown so that others would have a chance of living. We cannot forget the sacrifices made and those that followed within the and still counting of those who worked the pile for hours, days, weeks, months, and years to bring a recovery and a resolve to the family members, to the FDNY, and to our nation. The and still counting memorial climbs will commence upon the completion of the initial 343 commitment. Each will have their turn up to the sky, to the 110th floor. And right now, this one is for our brother, firefighter David LaForge, for his father and mother, James and Ethel, and his sister Jane. He will not be forgotten. For his 24-year career within the city of New York, given to the citizens of New York, he will not be forgotten. This is 110 floors, carrying him to the top of the tower, finishing his footsteps. Go in there now. for firefighter David LaForge, Soho Trucking Company, ladder 20. They're in Manhattan, housed with exit 13. Pushing him all the way to the top. Our brother had a childhood dream of being a firefighter. It said that all his early pictures were with him in a fire helmet, playing with the garden hose, and his fire truck, coming up with rescue scenarios and things. Got his start in the FDNY in 1977, to which he gave 24 years to the FDNY before 9/11 occurred. 50 years old, made the ultimate sacrifice so that others could live. Along with 342 other brothers, and still counting, who followed. We cannot forget those sacrifices made during the rescue and those that followed in the recovery effort. This is why we climb. This is why we carry our brothers vertical. To always remember, to never forget. Sacrifices that were made that day, and those that followed, and continue to follow today, because of the work done on Ground Zero to bring resolve to the families, to the FDNY, and to our country. Our brother David LaForge actually was a truck driver for North American Van Lines before getting into the FDNY, which gave him a good start on becoming a chauffeur with the Soho Trucking Company. He was a senior chauffeur on ladder 20, which from my reading was a tiller. One in the front, one in the back steering. So this is for Soho, going up now, the 5th time. 5th brother, going vertical of the Soho Trucking Company. And right now, it's 110 floors. Going to the top. Last place Brother LaForge was seen was on the 35th floor of Tower 1, assisting with the rescue efforts. We will not forget the sacrifice made so that others could live. This is his 110, finishing his footsteps, carrying him all the way vertical. And right now, it's just under 15 minutes in, and we're at the halfway mark. 55 floors of this climb have been completed. For 110, we continue onward, keeping that vertical for firefighter David LaForge, for his mother and father, Ethel and James, and his sister Jane, who will not be forgotten. His legacy will carry forward for years to come. So welcome from New Mexico, Sunland Park Fire Station 2, the home of the 343 commitment in Soho County. We're here in the gym on the stair climber for the 110 for David LaForge, Soho Trucking Company, ladder 20 out of Manhattan. Going one closer to the next goal, the next milestone of 200 brothers carried vertical. Each and every climb is a step closer. 1977, David LaForge started his career in the FDNY. 2001, made the ultimate sacrifice so that others could live. A handyman who was always there when he was called upon, helped renovate and fix his family's house, his sister's house. Loved to drive his Pontiac Firebird Firehawk down to the ocean. Love the ocean. Our brother's legacy will not be forgotten. And right now, he's making that top vertical. A little over halfway there now with his 110 floors, with honor and respect given for firefighter David LaForge, Soho Trucking Company, ladder 20 that's housed there in Manhattan with engine 13. And it's getting to be a sauna in the gym again. Right now we're taking our brother, last seen on the 35th floor of Tower 1, to that symbolic top of the tower, so he can meet his 4 other brothers that have already been carried within the Soho Trucking Company. This is his finish of his footsteps, his 110 memorial stair climb. Each brother within the 343 commitment will be carried 110 floors. Following after, the FDNY and the Soho County will have their own 110 memorial stair climbs. A commitment was made, a commitment being carried through. So right now, Father David LaForge, the senior chauffeur, is going vertical. This is his 110, carrying him to the top of the tower, finishing his footsteps from the 35th floor, where he was last seen in Tower 1, working on the rescue effort. Our brother, who was off the morning of 9/11, just finished his tour, jumped on that truck and responded to the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history. We cannot forget the sacrifices made so that others could live. And now we're coming up on the 6th of 7 verticals for David LaForge. Soho Trucking Company, ladder 20. For his family left behind, for the FDNY, and for the country. We will always remember the sacrifices made so that others could live. We will never forget a promise made, a promise kept. And right now, our brother, he used to drive the semi-truck for North American Van Lines, a handyman who lent assistance anywhere it was needed, a brother who loved the ocean and driving there in his Pontiac Firebird Firehawk with the music blaring. 24 years of service given to the citizens of New York. This climb is for firefighter David LaForge, Soho Trucking Company, 5th brother going vertical. And it is a hot one today. It's supposed to be 103 outside today, so we'll see how bad it gets. Going up right now, carrying the Soho Trucking Company, 110, heading to that top vertical. All right, so now we're on the last little rest before the last vertical. It'll push us into the 100 first floor of this 110 floor climb for firefighter David LaForge, ladder 20. Senior chauffeur on the Soho station, housed with engine 13. They're in Manhattan. We will never forget those sacrifices made so that others could live. And those that follow in the recovery effort on Ground Zero for the and still counting. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. Memorial Star climbs. And right now this is for firefighter David LaForge, Soho Trucking Company, ladder 20 out of Manhattan. Senior chauffeur. Left behind his mother, his father, and his sister. Ethel, James, and Jane. He will not be forgotten. His legacy will be carried forward for years and years to come. And we are now on the final vertical of this 110 floors. Pushing them all the way to the top. Gotta reach that 101st floor before you know it. For our brother, a senior chauffeur, the Dale Earnhardt of the Soho Trucking Company, we give honor and respect to the heroism and bravery shown so that others could live. 50 years old with 24 years of service. We will never forget. Always remember, just the way it is. We made a commitment that we will keep. And right now, there's a few floors from the top to the finish of this climb for firefighter David LaForge. And it is really foggy now in the mask. Humid in the gym, real foggy in the mask. But we're almost there. Not giving up until we reach that top. For brother David LaForge. All right, let's do a quick check. Progress. 101 floors and 27 minutes in. Eight floors left for this climb to be complete. For firefighter David LaForge. Senior chauffeur, Soho Trucking Company, ladder 20 there in Manhattan, with engine 13. Pushing them all the way up. Going to that top. The last place he was seen was Tower 1 on the 35th floor, as part of the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history. My brother gave his life as part of the ultimate sacrifice so that others would have the opportunity to live. This is 110 to finish his footsteps. To have him join four of the brothers sitting at the top who've already been climbed for in the Soho Trucking Company. But right now, we're getting there. Pushing them all the way to the 110th vertical. Going there now for firefighter David LaForge. Going vertical. Finishing these last few floors for our brother to reach the top. To remember 24 years of service. To remember his family left behind. Going to the top right now. And we're almost there. Second climb of the day for this 48-hour shift. Correction, second climb of the tour. And right now, we're almost done. One 110 floors. 110 complete. $110. Brother, rest easy. We got it from here.